Hello and welcome to this episode of Nerd Bytes. Today we're looking at CodeStream and we'll be looking at code marks within CodeStream. In a previous episode we looked at feedback requests, essentially where we are making changes to a piece of code and we want to just request feedback from our team. We can do that through CodeStream here within the IDE, send that message over through Slack or Teams, and basically just collaborate with our team on changes that we're making within the code. Code marks are similar but slightly different, where with code marks, we don't necessarily need to be making a change to the code. So instead, we can be reviewing a piece of code and maybe we have questions about it. Maybe we're not necessarily changing anything, but we are trying to interpret the code. We're trying to just discuss things to get a better understanding of what's going on. So I can highlight a particular section of code here, and then over on the right, I can add a new code mark. Now again, CodeStream is automatically using git blame to determine who has committed to this repo before, who might be responsible for this line of code, and it has automatically pulled in our colleague Dennis here. Now I can take that out if I want to, and I can tag in someone else. So I could say my colleague Darren might be able to help me here as well. So I'll tag in Darren and we'll say something like, "Can you explain this to me?" Now this is much the same as a feedback request. The only real difference is we are not making changes. This is not necessarily something that needs to be approved or denied. This is more a case of having conversations about the code that we're seeing here, interpreting it, being able to just collaborate in a more streamlined way with our team without having to lose context of being within the IDE and jumping out to other windows. In this case, we've got that code block that we have selected here. We can add additional code blocks. So we can add in some extras down here, and it's going to, as you can see, it's added in that extra code block down here. And you can see this is going to go to our CodeStream notifications Slack channel. So you can submit that code mark and it should go through. And if we look at Slack, we can see that has automatically pulled in everything. So we can open up that discussion. We can open it up within the IDE, and that'll take us back to Visual Studio Code. But within here, we can look in Slack, and I can say, "This looks good to me." Submit that reply, and that reply has been posted to CodeStream. So back over here, if we look at our open code marks, you can see that message from Slack has come through. We're having this discussion, and maybe we finished that discussion, so we can get that resolved. So that code mark is now dealt with. It's finished. We no longer need to have that conversation. We can move on and continue analyzing this code, continuing to develop this code, and collaborating further using CodeStream.